Malik. Welcome to this installment episode, or even volume of Ames Tonight. I'm Jim Heinrichs.
And I'm Malik Newsom.
Now, normally we would cover hard news like bratwurst stuck in 45 pounds of iron.
Or Jimmy Kimmel and B-Rabbit roasting our commander-in-chief.
But we must cover some serious, downright necessary news. Where's the sauce?
Oh, geez, Jim, not this story.
Oh, yes, this story. Now, earlier this week, McDonald's released their Szechuan sauce, which was made famous by the cartoon Rick and Morty. Now, they promoted it a lot, which excited a lot of fans of the show. Unfortunately, oh, that's you. Unfortunately, they decided to only release the sauce at a very minuscule amount of restaurants throughout the nation. Even the stores that had it ran out immediately because of the large demand. So, Malik, let's get started talking about it. So, I guess the first thing we really have to talk about is the riots that took place. Like,
seriously,
yeah.
I know we talked about the NFL riots last week, but geez, I've never seen so many people get riled up over just some Szechuan sauce. Like, the things that we would be talking about along the lines of like people chanting, "We want the sauce," and then hashtag "Give us a sauce," and then people just like acting utterly ridiculous over some sauce. Like, I love myself some Louisiana hot sauce, but even I wouldn't like throw a brick because of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I even saw a video where this guy, he hopped up on the counter at the front of McDonald's and started yelling, "I'm Pickle Rick, I'm Pickle Rick, I want the sauce." And he like jumped off and like rolled around screeching, and then he did a little like Naruto run out of the restaurant. Like, crazy stuff.
That dude hit like all like three corners of just memed him. And also, dude, if you're gonna make like a rant about anything, quote the episodes correctly. That was the third episode. That was like another like what, a year later after they got the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was at least like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months.
I mean, back when Rick and Morty came out, I'd had much more hair and I've lost it significantly.
Yeah, back then I was in high school, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Speaking of which, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, the creators of the show, were not pleased at all when they found out the sauce was not released to the public. They actually went on Twitter and began to rant about why no one else is getting the sauce, even though themselves got, I believe, 3 64-ounce bottles of sauce, tweeting something that I can't say on this show because they got the sauce, and they're like, why isn't anybody else getting the sauce?
Yeah, like 192 ounces of sauce. Like, that's a lot for just like 2 people. What was it? Was it 192 each, or just all together?
I think divided between them, it was that much. Either way, I would like to say that was too much sauce.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
See,
Yeah,
I'm coming with the puns now. I'm leveling up on the pun game.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly.
But seriously, like, they all got probably more sauce than the rest of the nation that day. Like, it was insane.
The rest of the nation wanted the sauce, and for some reason, we couldn't get it, but the guys who made the show up, then again, Dan Harmon made Community, so I give him the benefit of the doubt there, got the sauce. And if you wanted the sauce yourself, you could buy it on eBay, one of those little small packets, for $20. Over $20, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the cheapest price that has been on eBay so far is like $25. Now, this is just for McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
Like, the other stuff you can get, I don't know, like
Go to your local Korean market, and then you'll get the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, but for McDonald's sauce, you're gonna be paying a lot of money for that kind of stuff. Like, it's insane. Like, there were even some people selling it for like $2,000 on eBay. Like, that's insane.
That's completely insane.
That is too much money for that much sauce.
Too little sauce in that regard. Yeah. And let's not forget, people were freaking out over an episode that came out on April Fool's Day. Like, it came out, and I believe Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon paid the network to not even list the episode coming out. So the fact that it's gotten this much steam about, I don't want to do the math because last time I tried to count how many months that I slept, I also thought we were in basketball season. So, like that amount of time for just some simple sauce, that is completely ridiculous. And then you heard about what happened with Deadmau5, right?
Yeah, I think I did. So basically, reportedly at least, he bought a $15,000 bottle to open at his wedding. So he's saving that stuff. But Like,
Yeah.
$15,000.
Like, I don't think I've ever actually seen $15,000 in movies, let alone like someone just buying it. He even tweeted a picture of it, which I thought was fake, but it seems legit. So,
Yeah.
Deadmau5, if you got some +2s for your wedding, we want some sauce, man. Like, we'll be nice. I'll bring presents.
Yeah, but anyway, $15,000. That's a lot of money. Like, that's tuition right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good portion of tuition.
For in-state.
That is, yeah.
Let's be real on that. That's in-state.
Yeah.
Illinois.
It's probably cheaper here though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Significantly.
There you go. Yeah. But honestly, like, to say the least, McDonald's made the worst move possible. There are so many better things that they could have done. I'd say number one, obviously, release more sauce at more stores. Like seriously, they hyped it up so much, and then they only released it at like a couple select locations. In fact, in Iowa, I'm pretty sure the only store that sold it was in Iowa City.
Yeah, I've heard from some friends who even drove up from Ames to Des Moines to get the sauce on October 7th that, sorry, we didn't get the sauce, was this word from the McDonald's workers. Man, that has to be bad when the McDonald's workers are like, man, we didn't even get it.
Yeah. I bet they were disappointed. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
But anyway, I guess the next thing would be, don't send a ton of sauce to the creators of the show, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. I mean, again, 192 ounces. That is more sauce than, I mean, it'll last a while.
Yeah, it'll last you a while. I mean, Szechuan sauce is really good, but who needs that much Szechuan sauce?
I mean, unless you're gonna do like the gallon challenge, I don't see a point.
I mean, if you can't do it with milk, imagine with Szechuan sauce.
I don't know. Maybe they're planning on like a whole will it shotgun thing, or I don't know. Yeah.
Make that video, Justin Roiland. I'm challenging you. Make that video.
But next, I would say even send more to the creators.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that would have been a good idea too. Like,
too much of a good thing.
Yeah. Well, and also then they would be able to maybe like send out sauce to some of the fans. Like, get it out there. Make sure everybody enjoys it. Like,
then everyone gets to complete their season arc, their series arc rather.
Yeah.
I'd say another thing they could have done was not do anything at all about it. They could have just let the joke be like build itself up, but then I think the riots would have gotten worse. So McDonald's could have tried that. Brilliant marketing strategy.
I mean, honestly, they didn't even really need to do this at all. Like,
no, not at all.
Like, it's just a show. Like, I mean, just kind of let the joke slide and then
continue on about your day.
Anything.
McDonald's, you hurt my pride. I trusted you.
And I think the best thing of all that they could have done was just make Shamrock Shakes a year-round thing. Like,
I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's what everybody's asking for, right?
Oh yeah, everyone wants like Shamrock Shakes all the time. Like, why couldn't we just get that? I feel like if Rick and Morty would have made Shamrock Shakes instead of like the Szechuan sauce, this would be a whole different conversation.
Oh yeah. And I mean, they're green, so that's cool.
Yep.
I like the color green.
Green is my favorite color.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that about you either.
Oh, look at us bonding. Yeah. All right, but all in all, we just have one question for you, McDonald's, and that is why? Why would you do this to your employees? They work at McDonald's, so they're probably not having a great time at work anyway, and you just sent in a huge amount of people that are like angry and they want their sauce and they weren't getting it. That made them angrier.
Exactly. I mean, after all of this, it's probably going to take another 9 years before the next season of Rick and Morty gets released anyway, so sorry, Rick and Morty fans. But maybe next time, maybe you shouldn't riot in the worst way possible about some dang sauce.
But I guess the good news here is that McDonald's did announce that they will be doing an actual release in December?
I believe it's in December, so Christmas time.
Yeah, so that would be a fantastic present. And that's the way the news goes.
We'll be right back with some more Ames Tonight.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Welcome back to Ames Tonight. My name is Joe Fee, and with me as always is Ryan Patty.
And I'm Patrick Cotter, with my co-host Colburn Avery. Wait, No, that's... Where am I? What's going on? I guess I'll just read some stories. So let's get started. Let's open with something appropriately creepy for the season, clowns. Everyone knows that clowns are creepy, whether they're in movies like Stephen King's It, the latest public prank, or that one that I know hides in my closet and watches me while I sleep. Everyone can agree that they're pretty scary. Well, imagine someone dressed as a clown killing someone you love, and only to find out almost 30 years later that your new wife was that very killer clown. Sadly, this is what happened to Michael Warren, whose wife, Marlene Warren, was shot on May 26, 1990 by Sheila Keene, Michael's future wife, dressed as a clown. Marlene was taken to the hospital, but unfortunately died 2 days later. And while Sheila Keene was a suspect, she was never arrested. After a long time grieving, Michael Warren married Sheila, unbeknownst to him, his wife's killer, in 2002. They moved from Florida to Tennessee, where they operated a restaurant together, and where Sheila was later arrested without incident. Simply terrifying stuff.
Love's a funny thing. A 26-year-old man stole an undisclosed amount of money from a bank near Largo after searching on Google how to rob a bank. Google has been brought in for questioning, but the search engine is giving way too much information. The man remarked, "Thank God they didn't check the rest of my browser history."
Many hear stories of parents performing miraculous feats, stories of mothers lifting a 2-ton car to get her to her son, or a father who catches his daughter from falling off the roof just in time. But what about the story of the mother who wrestled a shark to save her kids? Melissa Hathier, an Australian real estate agent, was swimming in the Oak Pool Park with fellow real estate agents when a shark suddenly was spotted swimming amongst them. Most of the swimmers naturally turned tail to escape, but the shark escaped the shark, but not Hathier, who, in true mom fashion, did not back down. Rather than flee, she began to stalk the uninvited guest, following it until it got close to the edge of the pool. Then, like a WWE wrestler, she picked up the shark and grappled the predator in true Australian fashion over the edge into the ocean. The video filmed by Hathier's daughter and was filmed by Hathier's daughter and posted online, and it's gotten Hathier the title Shark Wrangler.
The Queensland Supreme Court ruled that an unsent text message with a smiley face counted as a will. Is that what that means? I've been using that wrong for a very long time. Before you send that next emoji, I would definitely look up what that means, because at this point a winky face could mean you're asking for a divorce.
We've all seen it. The action movie where your hero is in a high-speed chase. After 5 minutes of high-speed action, our hero drives off-road and must jump over a canal. We get a slow-motion shot of the car just barely making the jump and safely landing on the other side. An unidentified Florida man expected exactly that, but unfortunately fell short. The 20-foot wide Leahy Acres Canal bested the man's 2001 Toyota Corolla. Luckily, the misjudging driver was unhurt and not charged with any crime.
A Springfield woman was charged with multiple felonies after she broke into a house, tied up the elderly woman who lived there, and stole $8,000. The police soon investigated the scene to find one damning piece of evidence. The woman had the perfect plan, but she made one fatal mistake and left behind her resume. The woman and her accomplice were arrested soon after. You see, this is what happens when you take job hunting too far. The elderly woman has made it clear she is not coming back for an interview.
This past Tuesday, the BET Hip Hop Awards created quite a ruckus after the acclaimed rapper Eminem dropped a 4.5-minute freestyle diss attacking President Donald Trump. Topics included his actions before and after getting in office, and his Twitter war with the NFL players. The diss titled "The Storm" was in reference to the statement President Trump made last week, claiming that this was the calm before the storm. Eminem's central point was the contradiction of Trump's slow and limited reaction to Puerto Rico's devastation after Hurricane Maria and the Las Vegas shooting, combined with his public attacks on the NFL. The event has gained media attention across the country as an expression of the anger that many Americans feel towards this presidency.
A woman and her baby both almost died after the baby kicked a hole in the womb. The woman went into the hospital with stomach pains, only to find out her baby had been practicing his breach and clear move. After a quick surgery, the woman and the child were both saved, but the doctors did note the newborn mumbling something about chasing them games. So, That's it for me and Ryan. I guess it's time for Dude with the Camera.
And that's it for me and Colburn. Dude with the Camera's up next.
Hi, my name is Matt Banwart here with Dude with the Camera. Here at Iowa State, we all like parties. Personally, I love being invited to parties. However, that doesn't always happen, okay? Sometimes, I just don't get invited to parties. And I'm totally cool with it. I'm totally chill with the fact I never get invited to parties. I'm totally on board. In fact, if you're throwing a party, make sure you don't invite me to it. Why do you not invite someone to a party? I don't know. But we'll find out on this week's episode of Dude with the Camera.
Fact. If you have a suit and a camera, people will answer any question you ask.
My name is Matt Banwart, and you're watching Dude with the Camera. Hypothetical situation, you're hosting a party. Who do you not invite to that party?
My grandmother.
Oh, you were quick on the draw. You're like, boom, got it.
I'll not invite like person who have a drug.
If they have drugs, don't invite them?
No.
There we go. That's some good advice. That's
I
some
want
good
a
advice.
clean party, so.
Yeah, you want to keep getting, yeah, it's a good call. Do you know any... Oh, hey.
Hello. Hey, Matt! Matty Pete!
Yeah, what's up? That's great. I'm sorry.
It's a new phenomenon. It's a craze. Ain't nobody ever seen these bad boys before.
Who do you not invite to your party?
The boring guy.
The boring guy?
Yeah.
So me?
I guess.
I take personal offense to that. You're throwing a rager, a kegger of sorts, right? A party. Who do you not invite to that party?
Business majors.
That's fair. At me next time, bro.
So these are called freelance skates, everyone. You know, just they're these two little decks with like wheels on them. They're awesome. You know.
Can confirm they're awesome. Okay, so you guys throw a party. Hypothetical situation. Who do you not invite to that party?
People I hate.
People who don't ride freelance skates.
Yeah!
Ride freeline skates. You're gonna throw a crazy party. Who do you not invite?
Josh.
Josh.
Exactly. Yes, oh my gosh, they're so much fun to ride. I love them, just ride them every day, rough 24/7.
Throwing a party. Who do you not invite to your party?
My best friends.
You don't invite your best friends?
Of course not.
You do you.
And also, if you want to go on Instagram, follow us at ISU_freeline.
You throw a party. Who do you not invite to your party?
My mom.
Hey.
Go do my little pink toes.
I hate millennials. Awesome. My name is Matt Banwart, and this is Jobe Fee. There's a lot of news in this world, and we're going to try to get through as much news as we can in the next minute and a half. First up, 50 bottles of soy sauce were found in the Sungai River in Malaysia. Here in America, we just like to throw tea into harbors.
Former Chinese tofu maker Zhu Shang recently turned to arms dealing after his restaurant went out of business. He went from selling tofu to dealing 22s.
Cambodia ambulance drivers have recently been told they need driver's license. However, medical degrees are still optional.
Airbnb announced this week that they will be creating their own apartment building in Kissimmee, Florida. You mean a hotel?
A 3-year-old child was lost in a corn maze in West Jordan, Utah during a church outing. His father and 5 mothers were relieved to finally see him home safe.
Guy Fieri brought barbecue smokers to Santa Rosa Fire Evacs. Guy Fieri claims he got lost on his way to Flavortown.
Awesome, guys. This is me and Jobe out here telling the news, our favorite thing in the whole wide world, and we're glad you guys could all join us. We appreciate everything you've done for me. We do this for the fans. I'd like to thank my mother, my brothers, and the whole academy. Thank you all. This is Ames Tonight. Stay classy, Ames, Iowa. I'm going to take my shirt off.